Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Friday the 13th. I would play his little scary tune, but I'd get in trouble. And I have to be careful now.
I was just gonna call his name.
Yeah.
Don't want to get in trouble. Good morning.
No, you won't get in trouble for Jason. Oh,
Wow.
but yeah, it's Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those days. Me and my daughter used to watch all the Friday 13ths on this day.
Marathon.
Because she always liked scary movies, even though she was little, she still liked the scary movies and stuff. Let's see. I figure we'll start off with a meme for the day. In our first meme of the day is from Trump himself.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually Twitter has an AI that you tell it to generate a picture for you, and it actually generates the picture, and you can put a person's name in there, and they'll copy the person and all kinds of stuff. It's a little weird, but
Morning, Lake. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Kamala hates me, and it's a cat.
And we got another one. I might as well get the second one out too here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is on the after seeing a Wi-Fi network named Stinky. Navy found hidden Starlink dish on U.S. warship. So somebody wanted to get on the internet, and while they were out to sea, so they brought their Skynet dish up there, and was checking out the internet. Which is a big no-no. You're supposed to be hidden on a ship,
right?
So yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, don't bring your Starlink with you on a warship. It's probably not a good thing.
Nope, not at all.
Hey, what life? Good morning. And there should be no such thing as donut flavored bacon. By the way, Watt, that's just wrong.
What?
Well, I think it was cereal actually, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, bacon.
Well, Dunkin' Donuts does have their own cereal.
But it's bacon.
No.
Bacon, you don't need to mess with bacon. It's good
there
by
is no
itself.
messing. No.
Yeah, cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon. Why don't mess with stuff like that?
No.
I mean,
I wouldn't even no.
Maple is good because, but I wouldn't go for any further than that. Maybe some jalapeno, make it spicy or something, but
not Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
that's like runny eggs to me.
Well, not quite.
Well, to me, yeah. Brown sugar bacon is yes. When you make candied bacon in the oven, it's really good. But not Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. No.
Yeah, like bacon toothpaste. Oh,
That's disgusting.
I'm not surprised. Um, Lazy Days Ahead has that. They do giveaways and
Mhm.
they'll give out that and people turn it down. I'm like, I don't blame them.
That's no. They probably have an abundance of it because of all the rejections. You know what they're getting given out on Halloween at their house?
Well, I did come across this and let me make
On ice
sure.
cream. Yes. All right, Lake,
Yeah,
stop it.
it's
It's early
safe.
in the morning. Now she's saying on ice cream, candied bacon on ice cream. Yum. Okay.
Oh
Shh.
yeah,
Shh.
that's what you do yourself, but
Yes.
not when the bacon's already flavored that way. It's
No.
yeah.
I'm
Anyways,
I'm sorry for my
I
neighbors.
don't know if you guys can see this or not. This is Carlsbad Caverns. I'll have to read it over here because um, great and small, we all leave an impact wherever we go. How we choose to interact with others and the world we share together has an effect moment by moment, and we feel it. Um, when we greet when we are greeted with a smile, when we share the first rays of dawn with somebody we care about, or when somebody imposes their frustration, hit that real quick, frustrations on us, or when someone we care about forgets to pack sunscreen or snacks. In the same way, we affect the world around us in subtle ways too. Here in Carlsbad Caverns, we love that we can host thousands of people in the cave each day. Impacts can be difficult or impossible to prevent, like a simple fact that every step a person takes into the cave leaves a fine trail of lint. Another Other impacts are completely avoidable, like a snack bag dropped off in the trail, the big room. To the owner of the snack bag, the impact is likely incidental, but to an ecosystem of the cave, it had a huge impact. Um, Processed corn softened by humidity from the cave formed a perfect environment to host microbial life and fungal cave crickets, mites, spiders, flies, some organized into a temporary food web, dispersing nutrients to the surrounding cave and formations. Mold spread higher up nearby surface, fruit die and stink, and the cycle continues. Rangers spent 20 minutes carefully removing foreign debris and mold from the cave surface. Some members of this fleeting ecosystem are cave dwellers, but many of the microbial life and molds are not. At the scale of uh, and a spilled sack of snack bag may seem trivial, but to the life of the cave, it can be world changing. Great or small, we leave an impact wherever we go. Let us leave the world a better place than we found it. And this is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but somebody threw a bag of Cheetos on the trail through the cave. And if left unchecked, these microorganisms will attack the structure of the cave. You know, the
Ooh.
stalactites or the hanging little things.
Yeah.
Um, and not just tossing it aside and not no time at all. It created mold and fungus and all kinds of stuff. And possibly you might start hearing about it in the news or something, which you should,
Right.
because thousands of people go through that cave every day to see the all the wonders of that stuff, and something like that could destroy it because they pride themselves on keeping that clean so it lasts for a long time.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, when humans get around stuff, um, no time at all, it it gets destroyed.
We're messy. We mess this ecosystem
Yeah.
up. Yep.
So many times you'll see, driving down the road, people just throw their trash out, not
Mhm.
thinking of anything. It all matters. It really does.
Bring a little baggie with you, an empty bag to put all your trash in your vehicle if you're driving,
Yeah.
and you empty it out at home. Or like what
I
I do.
thought this one was kind of interesting here, and sorry if anybody's ate breakfast already, but Hillary,
No,
oh,
that's
make
like
your
laying eggs.
stomach turn a little bit. Hungry, it hits back at Hillary Clinton. Um,
Ooh,
yeah.
wow.
I think here's the tweet itself. Dear Mrs. Clinton, may I share with you what I think the death of democracy is? The desire to imprison your political opponents, the failure to organize elections transparently, and to attempt to replace dis- dissatisfied voters with migrant voters. Which country do you think this is?
Awesome.
um,
Boom.
yeah, it goes on and on about that, but I thought that was like, wow, why is she being brought up in this? But I kind of understand it, Clinton's, Obama's, Biden's, now Harris. It's kind of all the same.
What life's like. Speaking of cave creatures, Harvest Mary Moon, my Irish is very sailor and piratey too. Y'all know how I get when I get angry.
And here's an image for you. Um, it's the time of the year where you know kids get out of high school and stuff, and they go to college, and their parents usually take them to their first day where they you know get into their dorms or whatnot, and
Hmm.
move-in day or whatever they call it.
Yep.
Um, and you pull up, and this is what you see. Um,
Um,
How would you feel? I mean, driving up and seeing this,
no,
uh, seeing a
no.
bunch of people in these garments that usually you see on the news of faraway Middle East places that it's kind of you'd be worried about your kid all of a sudden. I don't know if I want to leave my kid here or not, you know.
You can't
Um,
even.
and this is in Michigan, by the way,
No,
University of Michigan.
no.
Yeah,
I'll be like, you're doing school online. Thank you. Come on back home.
yeah, yeah. I don't. I would. I think I would actually
Right.
think twice.
I agree with Cher.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd let my kids go to college nowadays. Yeah, no.
yeah. Just normal school. I don't know about letting them go to school just normal.
Just normally. Yep. All in general.
Yeah. And I know the subject's going to come up, so might as well go there. Uh, little do a little talk about the debate. There's some things. There are things going on with the debate that I can't talk about. I know there's something going on, um, and it'll be in the news probably in the next week or so. There's actual whistleblowers from ABC, and like I said, I can't talk about it other than that. Um, but other than that, ABC failed to disclose uh, debate conflict. Harris and the Lindsay Davis are
Mhm.
sorority sisters.
Mhm.
Huh? Why didn't that never come up? Hmm.
She shouldn't have been one of the mediators then.
No, not at
Absolutely.
all.
Not at all. Yeah.
And I thought that was, huh?
Mhm.
Doesn't
That yeah.
surprise you though. I mean
Oh
that's the way that
no.
party rolls.
It's a
I mean,
Democratic
it's
network.
too obvious,
Yeah.
though. I mean,
Yeah.
That's like back in 2016 when Donna Brazil gave Hillary all of the questions before the debate even started.
well,
You know,
again, I can't talk about it,
right?
but
Right.
everybody really knows about the debate, but here we can't talk about it.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I was referring to something that's already been
Yeah,
established in the news.
Yeah.
yeah. What else we got here?
No, but that channel is a very blue channel.
I here, I'll give you another way to look at um a way to look at the debate.
So we've all been talking about the debate yesterday and the perceived bias that the moderators had against Trump. I decided to take the transcript of the entire debate and put it into ChatGPT and see whether ChatGPT detected any bias. And the
And the TBG thing, it's AI, by the way. If you didn't know what it was, it's it's an AI program.
Yeah, to
You
pin
ask
things
it
out.
questions and it'll tell you what it thinks and stuff like
Yep.
that.
analysis that I got was pretty shocking. So take a look. Now, this is going to be a little long, so bear with me.
In the transcript you provided, there are some points where bias could potentially be inferred, though it is important to note that bias detection can be subjective. Here are a few instances that may suggest bias. 1. Tone in questioning.
Hmm.
Example. 1. David Muir's question to Donald Trump regarding January 6th. You told your supporters to march to the Capitol. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Analysis. The phrasing of this question frames Trump's actions in a negative light, suggesting direct responsibility for the Capitol attack. While January 6th is an important event to question Trump on, the repeated framing of Trump as the instigator of the attack might suggest a critical tone. The absence of any comparably critical or pointed questions towards Harris might suggest an imbalance. Example 2. David Muir's follow-up after Trump's defense on January 6th. Muir presses Trump on personal responsibility for the attack, while Trump deflects by placing the blame on Nancy Pelosi and the Washington, D.C. mayor. Muir insists, the question is about you as president, not about former Speaker Pelosi. Analysis. Muir continues to steer the conversation toward Trump's actions, while allowing Harris more leeway to respond to broader topics without similar pressure. 2. Fact-checking Trump, but not Harris. Example. During the discussion on Springfield, Ohio, David Muir interjects to clarify Trump's claim about immigrants eating pets. We did reach out to the city manager of Springfield. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused. Analysis. Muir quickly fact-checks Trump's more outlandish claim about Springfield. While fact-checking is part of a moderator's role, there's no evidence in the transcript that the moderators similarly fact-checked any claims made by Harris. If Trump's statements are scrutinized more rigorously than Harris, that might suggest an element of bias. 3. Lack of follow-up questions for Harris. Example. When Harris was asked about her stance on an abortion ban, the moderator asked, "Would you support any restrictions on a woman's right to an abortion?" Harris responded broadly by discussing Roe v. Wade without directly answering whether she supported any specific restrictions. Analysis. The moderators did not press Harris for a clear yes or no answer or a follow-up question, which contrasts with the way they pressed Trump on certain topics, such as January 6th or his views on Ukraine. 4. Closing statement. Framing. Example. In the closing statements, David Muir sets up Harris by thanking her first and allowing her to outline her vision. Trump follows with a pointed response about what she hasn't accomplished during her time as vice president, which could easily appear more combative. Analysis. While the candidates are responsible for their statements, the structure of allowing Harris to go first and Trump to follow may have given Harris an advantage in presenting herself as the more positive, forward-looking candidate, leaving Trump in the role of defense. Conclusion. While overt bias is not immediately apparent, there are instances where the moderators may have pressed Trump harder on his controversial statements or actions, while allowing Harris more leeway in answering difficult questions. The disparity in the number of follow-ups, tone in questioning, and fact-checking suggests that Trump may have faced a more critical approach. This could create the perception of bias, especially if one candidate is scrutinized more intensely than the other.
So this analysis proves definitively that there was bias against Trump, and all the bias went in favor of Harris. And so all the people claiming that there wasn't any bias are lying to you. This was a 3-on-1 event. It should be clear to everyone that this was not a fair representation of how journalists are supposed to behave. And because of the blatant bias, the narrative has turned against ABC, and Kamala Harris will not see a bump because of this. That's my prediction.
Wow. Just wow. Yeah. Because journalists are not like they used to be, where they were actually held responsible if they had given out false information or misled people. Yep.
And I want to address this real quick. And I have nothing against pinball or anything. But I showed this. I didn't actually show it because I would get in trouble.
Yep.
But a month ago, I talked about the lady in Canton, Ohio, eating a cat.
The cat lady. Yep.
Yes.
I remember
and
that.
That's what everybody is showing that the stuff in Springfield is doing. That is a month old. And when that stuff is, when people post that stuff that is not of Springfield, it makes it seem like the Springfield stuff is being made up.
Right.
And everybody needs to do research before they put videos out saying it's one thing. Do research behind it beforehand.
Right.
Like whenever I post about the town meeting, I made sure that was the town meeting. It wasn't a previous from a month or something ago. I made sure it was the town meeting that week because the bigger channels won't get in trouble. They like that ad money going in, but poor little old me, they'll have no problem giving me a strike
Right.
for misinformation stuff. So
Yeah.
I have to double, triple check things. But yeah, that's Cat Lady from Canton. And remember I said and they were talking about zombies and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
That's totally different from the stuff that's going on in Springfield. Now there's stuff in Springfield, but I can't play it because if I show anything like that, oh boy. There is a image across the school, a video of somebody with a cat removing its innards. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something about decorating a tree with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they weren't decorating tree. They had it hung up so they could.
Yeah. No, I know.
Clean it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very big, and that's one of their parts of their religion is to eat certain critters.
Yep.
And it doesn't, and they do that all the time where they're from. It's just you can't do it here. We don't do that kind of thing. We're not supposed to do that kind of thing.
I'm surprised where I moved out of recently from nothing came out about anything in my area where I'm at because it's all Asians. Yes.
See you later, Harvest Merry Moon.
I'm an Irish friend.
Yeah, I'll check it out later on. Oh. But we get back over here, and Trump has a new supporter.
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah. He needs to put this on his. He needs to put this on a billboard. I support Trump for president.
Mm-hmm.
He actually carried it onto the plane with him too.
Like a souvenir with.
Well, we can watch the video.
Presidential hat. Presidential seal on it.
You want to autograph it?
Oh, sure, I'll autograph.
Huh?
Yeah.
You remember your name?
I don't remember my name. I'm slow.
You're an old part. You're an old part.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy.
And you're an old part, right?
I know you would know about that.
What?
About being old.
Oh, I know.
All right.
I'm a young timer.
It reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood.
Well, I'm the only one.
There you go, man. I need that hat.
Want my autograph?
Hell no.
You know my name. Come on.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah. You said you would do a selfie. There he goes. Hey, I'm proud of you now.
Just remember,
I'm proud of you
go
now.
eat dogs and cats.
Hey, they're good.
Thank you.
They're good. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I hope you like the pizza.
Huh?
You guys picked the place to get. I don't know where it's not easy.
Yeah, our new new supporter. Let me find this other one here. Oh, this is them walking in, and this says it all. I mean, this is just not for Republicans or Democrats. This is the 9/11 thing. This is them walking in, and first President Biden and Vice President Harris comes in. Would you ever think that a president and vice president walking in a room would be so quiet? But look,
Everybody just like kind of is not even paying attention to them. They're still talking at their tables. And
There he is.
There's the boss man.
yes, sir.
yeah, big difference. Yeah, that says it all right there.
Also notice she's walking in front of Uncle Joe. She should be
he
next
won't
to
know
him
where
or
to go.
behind him, but not in front of him.
He wouldn't know where to go though if nobody.
Well,
he
I'm
didn't
just
have
saying
somebody
by
follow.
rank.
Yeah. And oh yeah, I already actually. Oh no, I didn't do this one yet. And this is not me saying it's rigged or anything, but this is former Clinton advisor calls for internal investigation into the ABC for rigging a presidential debate against Trump. And they probably will find something in the coming days because, you know, there's whistleblowers out there. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that struck me odd as a Clinton advisor wants an investigation into it. Let's see here. Trying to find the other one I have up here. Well, might not have it anymore. Oh, we can show this video. This is a good one. And I'm sure most people know all this stuff anyway, but it's still good that people are putting it out there.
My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to startup small businesses.
But we've got to increase the corporate tax rate. State taxes are going to have to go up.
I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people.
I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. The question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
The cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people.
Bidenomics is working. It's working. It's a term we're very proud of, I must tell you.
I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies. Now, I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you.
It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country, and it's hardworking patriots like you who are going to save our country.
I will not ban fracking.
I'm in favor of banning fracking. It has to be legislation, but yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue.
When it came to the Proud Boys, a militia, the former president said, stand back and stand by.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace.
These dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again.
Name a favorite candidate. It used to be Joe Biden. Support Ms. Harris. So that is what we are going to do.
What I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country. One who believes in what is possible, one who brings a sense of optimism.
We all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
Belittling and name calling. Let's turn the page.
Don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird?
Yeah. I don't need to say anything else. She pretty much said it all right there. If that wasn't enough, I always have this one. I kind of think that's a guy she's doing an interview with. I'm not sure, but anyway.
That they were standing in the way of surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. And there was a specific case. And when I learned about the case, I worked behind the scenes to not only make sure that that transgender woman got the services she was deserving. So it wasn't only about that case. I made sure that they changed the policy in the state of California so that every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desired and need. And I believe it was not only, I know it was historic in California, but I believe actually it may have been one of the first, if not the first in the country, where I pushed for that policy in a Department of Corrections, that they were standing in the way of surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. And there was a specific case. And when I learned about the case, I worked behind the scenes to not only make sure that that transgender woman got the services she was deserving. So it wasn't only about that case. I made sure that they changed the policy in the state of California so that every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desired and need. And I believe it was not only, I know it was historic in California, but I believe actually it may have been one of the first.
Yeah. What I always wondered is, well, I did a little digging because it's one of the things kind of when a man decides it wants to be a woman, like 90% of them, it's more like 89 point something, but I just say 90, keep their parts. They may add parts up top, but what I always wondered is the ones that do, get things cut off and whatnot, why don't they, do something with their voice? I never understood that because that's a dead giveaway. I mean, if you didn't look at this I know this is not the subject they were talking about, but you look at this, you listen to this dude or whatever, you can plainly see that or hear it's a guy. But anyway, this is what she was talking about. Evidently, she didn't during the debate didn't have anything to do with this. Yeah, evidently she did because she brags about it to whatever this guy's name was. And this is Biden making it on the airplane. Yeah, and I have to mute it. Guess what he's got there?
That a MAGA hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, over to the left.
Well, at least he made it up. And we all know, Harris doesn't do interviews or talk to the press or anything like that, but you would think, people in the White House would answer questions and whatnot and do their job. You're a press secretary, so you're supposed to speak to the press when they ask questions.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. I say it's all part of the cabal. That's all it is.
Answer the question. Didn't add it. Let me rewind that again. I hate when it does that.
The average household is paying for the same basket of goods and services, on average, about $1,000 more per month compared to January of 2021, that we've turned the page on inflation. But American families aren't feeling that, to the point where the vice president didn't even directly answer the question in the debate. Do you believe that Americans feel they're better off than 4 years ago?
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah.
The average household is paying.
That's
you didn't answer the question either.
Nope.
She dipped out fast.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Yeah.
How did she get that job anyway? Wasn't she one of those? Wasn't she on some type of a alternative show or
I don't know.
Jean-Pierre, whatever?
I don't know. I don't know who she is.
Well, neither do I. That's why I'm wondering. She's fresh. That's what she is. She's a smart ass. Oops.
And we all know Taylor Swift endorsed Harris. Not because of Harris, anything she does, but well, here, I'll just go ahead and put this on here.
I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ, F you, Taylor Swift. And all of the people who want to see these children have body parts chopped off and watch them sterilized under the age of consent, and then will ride off to their multi-gazillion-dollar mansions, never to think of them again. I'm allowed to criticize.
Yeah, that pretty much summed it up right there.
Megan's having a breakdown.
Not to mention, I really wish I could play the video, but there's a woman that calls up a place to delete a woman's pregnancy, and she says I'm like 7-8 months pregnant. Actually, I think she said 9 months, but I'm not sure. But the fact being, they tell her how the process is going to take place and the drugs that'll be take place and how the baby will be deleted within her, in the state, in Tampon Tim state. Even though, the host from ABC says there's no state in the United States that allows that, but there was proof again. Okay, we need something funny, so let me play a funny. And this is a prank on the husband. Well, I guess husbands and wives. So I'll just go ahead and play it. Okay, I'm cutting the laughing out. That's getting annoying. Yeah, that laugh is okay for about 2 seconds, and then it gets annoying. Okay, let's get one more funny in here. This guy's just getting out of prison, and the popo was coming there for an interview or something, and his family knew he was coming out, so they played a joke on him. So let's go and play it.
Yes, my guy. Hello. How you doing? Oh. Where you get your
Oh, the poor guy. No, am I getting arrested? Oh, I still have one more. One more funny. Let me add this one here. There we go. Okay, look at all those people up here doing their little running of their exercise bikes or whatever those are, treadmills. Gonna go ahead and mute that. I bet you they hated people right there. Poor guy.
Now, if they're from a pizza joint just down the street, maybe they'll be bringing in business when they get out of the
Yeah.
out of the gym.
And this is tough. I don't. This is a New York boy who has a rare brain disorder and growth hormone deficiency. And he got a special letter on his 8th birthday. And I'm going to go ahead and play this. And sorry if it brings a tear to your eye, but it goes to show something.
Can you read it out loud? Sure. It says, Dear Liam, happy 8th birthday. Mrs. Trump and I hope you enjoy this special occasion surrounded by the love of your family and friends. We are so encouraged by the strength and determination you have shown throughout your young life and send our love and best wishes to you as you continue to fight. Remember, you are never alone, and we are keeping you in our thoughts and prayers for continued care and good health. May God bless you and your family. Stay strong. Sincerely. Can you tell me who signed that? He knew it was your birthday coming up? What do you say to him? I love you. What else do you say?
I thought that was. And do you think Harris would actually write something like that?
No. Probably never has.
No. And that some of those things that he does is what makes him a hell of a lot better than what we've had. And I know it's a little tearjerker, but I thought that was a good little story.
Yep.
And if you didn't know, Trump plans to launch his son's crypto business on Monday, 50 days before election. Yeah, I think it's
is that
Donald Jr. and Eric.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Byron's into that yet. He has to go to college first, I think. Yeah, I like how they were gonna they're gonna try to keep his where he's going to college a secret. Yeah, right.
Wow.
This day and age, there's no secrets unless you're the government and get them removed. But yeah, it's the company is World Liberty Financial. There's a lot of talk about it. There's been a lot of talk about it for a good while. So it's something to keep your eyes open on. And this just happened over California. It took 50,000 gallons of water to put out a Tesla semi fire in California.
Wow.
50,000 gallons. I don't think people realize how much 50,000 gallons is. That's a lot. That's a constant spray of water on those. And the Build Back Better, whatever you want to call it, wants to replace all gas cars with things like this. You imagine a highway full of vehicles that can't be put out. just think about that. That's especially in California where this happens all the time. Well, anywhere out west where it's hot a lot, cars just will start combusting when they're sitting in traffic for an hour. They'll catch fire, and normally fire company comes out and puts it out. But if it's lithium batteries, there's no putting it out. You keep spraying it, and they have chemicals that they put on it. It still takes tons of water to put them out. I mean, the idea is good, everybody using electricity and all that, but we have to be ready for it before we can start implementing it. I mean, some of our electric grid is so many. There's stuff in the 60s that are still being run in some of these power stations.
We've been doing a lot of upgrade, or my state's been doing a lot of upgrading down here, especially the substations, because that's normally like in a hurricane. That's what goes first.
Yeah.
When the sub goes out, then everyone on that grid crashes. But there's other parts of the country where it's all patchwork. I mean, it's old technology that's very vulnerable to cyber or any other type of whatever you want to call it.
And United Postal Service, long-awaited new mail trucks make its debut to rave reviews. I'll go ahead and play this.
So these are some of the first vehicles on the road right here in Athens. And it's really going to be a 5-year process to roll these out across the country.
Athens,
so
Georgia.
The first ones are out now. We're getting just under 100 this year, getting to the thousands next year. And then we're going to get up to 20,000 vehicles a year we're going to see rolling out and deployed onto the routes. The oldest vehicles are from 1987. So they're well over 30 years of use now, up to 37 years. So as you might imagine, they're aging. Some of them are in worse shape than others. And as we roll out new vehicles, we're very strategic in trying to pull out the worst vehicles, keep the best ones on the road.
I love it because at first glance, it's different. However, it's designed in a way that you can tell that they didn't have appearance in mind. They had safety. They had the way we maneuver. They thought everything through.
I love how she said they didn't have appearance in mind. What she just said is ugly. It's ugly. I don't know what they was thinking this thing, but I don't know. Like I said, you can see. Thought they had. Yeah, here it is, right here, a side by side. See if it'll open up. Yeah. I don't even know how to describe something like that. I mean, it is designed to where, you know, they don't have to crunch over, I guess, inside there. But it almost looks like what's that? Uh, the movie with the cars with Maynard and all them. Looks like they squished a cartoon truck down with a bigger truck or something. I don't know. I think he's. Let me see if I can find the $40 billion. $40 billion for those new trucks. And yeah. And I think they're rolling out a certain amount here, and then they'll start adding it to the worst areas and whatnot. So you never know. You may see one of those things. I wonder how many people are going to think they're like a UFO or something. Seen it down the road,
right?
It was a UFO. And boy, this makes you feel old. Actor Chad McQueen, son of Steve McQueen, dies at 63.
Wow.
I'm like, holy moly, he's 60. He was 63 years old. I thought it was older than him, but yeah, because he was on the Karate Kid. But yeah, they don't know. Well, they're not disclosing how he died or anything like that yet. So I thought it was interesting, make everybody feel old that Steve McQueen's son is 63.
Yeah.
Or was 63.
Last time I remember seeing him was at Meekum. He was selling his daddy's Mustang from the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That was just a couple years ago.
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago, was it?
No.
What else is in the news? Here we have Boeing's on strike. Let me go ahead and play that.
Strike! Our members rejected the contract by 94.6%. And they voted to strike by 96%.
I'm ecstatic that the numbers are as good as they are. It's phenomenal that this many people got together.
That's a big number, 96%.
To reject the contract and voted to reaffirm the strike sanctions.
We want our pension back and 40% increase.
We haven't
That's
had
the
a
most
raise in
important
so
thing.
long. We've been working like dogs, long hours, busting our ass at Boeing. And let me tell you what, Boeing's a good company, right? They're a good company, but it has to work both ways. It can't just be one way. That's right.
I want 40% and our pension back.
That's right. I want my pension back.
Yeah. Who knows how that's going to turn out?
Yeah.
Especially Boeing. Boeing's been in the news quite a bit here lately. Most of it we can't talk about.
They'll cave because it'll cost them double the money to retrain a bunch of people and to fill those jobs. So
more than likely, the train thing a few years ago, Biden stepped in. Well, he didn't step in, but somebody did, saying it was him. Girls field hockey team forfeits game against team with male player on it. Last year said male knocked the girl's teeth out, basically, with a shot that was way overpowered for girls. And since then, they said anytime there's anybody that's not on the up and up with their parts, they're forfeiting. They don't want no part of being mixed in there. And they're getting a little bit of flack for it, and I think a lot people should be standing up with that team for standing up to do this, because just because you can't hack it playing with the boys don't mean you should be playing with the girls.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not scrolling down because they have a video and I can't play the video. But yeah, that's I'm glad my kids aren't in school right now, because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my daughter was tougher than most of the boys, but
yep.
Yeah, that's no. And my daughter played on the boys team, but she didn't dress up as a boy. She everybody knew she was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, and it wasn't like varsity or anything like that. It was sixth grade football.
Hey, chicken noodle girl. Dana.
Hey, chicken noodle girl. And I
Good.
think I've seen Chris come in here too. Hey, Chris.
Chris Pyatt.
What else? Oh, yeah. Israel's a bit worried. And I can understand why. And we'll go ahead and play this video.
בשנת 2020, Mr. Dershowitz, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We just watched the debate. What do you think is the most important takeaway for us, for the Israelis?
The Israelis have to assume that Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. Before tonight's debate, I think many Israelis assume that Donald Trump might very well win, and Donald Trump has been very supportive of Israel, and Harris has been less supportive of Israel, and certainly her vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz, has been even less supportive of Israel. So Israel has to assume, for purposes of planning now, that the next president of the United States will be Kamala Harris, and that she will be less supportive of the United States than of Israel than either Biden was or that Trump would have been. So it is
right
probably not a good day or a good evening for Israel.
Yeah. So are you sure that that Harris is going to be the next president? Because Trump has the time maybe to do other things, maybe to get back on track.
It's possible, but I think at this point, Israel has to consider the worst case scenario for purposes of its planning. And for purposes of planning, it should assume that it might very well be Kamala Harris. Nobody can predict for absolute certainty who it would be, but this debate seems to have pushed Harris into a much stronger position. She seemed presidential. She won the debate by the account of most people who have been observing it, even people on Fox News, which is very pro-Trump, seem to have acknowledged that Kamala Harris did a much better job than people expected. So for purposes of planning, for purposes of going forward, Israel has to plan for the possibility and the likelihood of a Harris presidency, which will not be a good thing for Israel because the Democrats are far less supportive of.
Ellen, what do you think we should do now after this debate as an Israelis?
Israel has to be on a path to protection. It has to be on a path over the next several years, assuming that aid from the United States will be reduced, support from the United States will be reduced. Israel has to become more self-reliant and more dependent on its own arms program and its own diplomatic support. It can count less on the United States than if it looked like Trump were to be elected. I think that Harris will be the least supportive president to Israel, certainly since the second term of Obama, who was not supportive of Israel. One of the reasons that I have no longer identified with the Democratic Party is that the Democratic Party has been hijacked in many ways by the extreme left. Just yesterday, Tim Walz said that we should listen carefully to what the people who are protesting say. He said they're protesting for all of the right reasons. And Biden said they have good points. No, they don't have good points. The protesters are anti-American, anti-Israel. Many of them are pro-Hamas. But both the current president and potentially the next vice president have supported the protesters, and that's a bad sign for Israel.
All right, Mr. Dershowitz, just a second, please. אני מבקשת רגע לתת את הכותרות מתוך הדברים של מר דרשוויץ, אומר באופן חד משמעי שמי שניצח.
Yeah, that's pretty much it with that one. He's over there warning or doing interviews, warning Israel that, hopefully they don't win, because if they do, it's bad for Israel. Bad. And probably one of the biggest news things here is Ukraine war latest. Putin threatens NATO with war over long-range missiles as Moscow expels 6 British diplomats. And that's never a good sign when, the diplomats get the boot out of the country. That means they're getting ready to start something. And they can't really say that's not true, because UK is already okayed the use of them and sent them there. Not sure about us yet, or I should say Biden. What's his plans with that? But it's not good, not good at all. I think that's pretty much it on there. Yeah, Russian ship captured in satellite image, diverting ballistic missiles from Iran, or delivering rather. And I already talked about that last week. The missiles. And I don't know if anybody watched the video I put out from the supermarket wholesalers, the where they get their food from to sell to you. They put out a thing how to prep your food, and making networks with your neighbors and everything to where you can share food with your neighbors and family and stuff like that, because of the next couple years there's going to be extremely big food shortages. And it's already starting to pop up in the big stores. One of the things is bulk survival food. They're increasing the amount, and this is in Costco, by the way.
Yep.
So I'm in Costco, which is like my happiest place in the world to be. and I've never seen anything like this before. They have buckets that they're just calling emergency food supply for 132 servings. And what is included in this bucket? I guess this is for when the apocalypse hits, which could be any time now, right? Who knows? We get teriyaki rice, a 6-serving pouch, pasta Alfredo, 6-serving pouch, cheesy macaroni, apple cinnamon cereal, tomato soup, pasta, creamy pasta and vegetables, brown sugar and maple multigrain cereal, all 6 servings for each. And then again, continuing on, barbecue beans, vanilla pudding, orange drink mix, whey milk alternative, Southwest rice and beans, and chicken flavored noodle soup. All up to 25-year shelf life, 132 servings, $63. So when the world collapses and caves in, all you have your ReadyWise emergency food supply. All's right with the world. I really want to sample this. Why don't they have this here for free samples?
You don't want free samples of that.
No, you can't. It's hard to get any free samples from any of those companies nowadays. Before, when it started coming out, like in 18 and 19, like getting more popular, you could get samples off the hook. But that, I believe that one was Wise Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not that bad, but
they're bad.
They're bad. I mean, the flavors aren't that bad.
Oh, I'm talking about for your health.
Yeah, for your health. No, it's horrible. But something's better than nothing if stuff does come down to it,
Yeah.
Because you're going to need those extra calories to burn off and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've got the what you call it, the military MREs.
Oh, the MREs. Yep.
And those aren't good.
No, I watched.
It's bad when they pass out pills to go with the MREs.
Help you poop.
Yeah, I got they had some at Walmart for breakfast thing. I think it was breakfast. No, it was a whole breakfast, lunch, and dinner for I think a week or something for a family of 6.
Yep.
And I got them just because they're on sale and it was cheap and everything. Never tried it or anything. It'll be a last ditch thing.
Yeah, it would, and it does suck because 6 servings, once you open it up and use it, that's it. Yeah. I mean, it is good to have on yourself just in case, but just make sure you got plenty more water to rehydrate your own body afterwards.
Okay, normally I do a food thing, but I don't. It's been since Easter, and I asked for prayers for this family because they're on Easter their house burnt down. It was kinfolk, and let me go ahead and I know it's not food or anything, but it's an update on their house being rebuilt and whatnot. And I thought it would be a good idea to get some more people over there. If you're not already subscribed to them, it'd be a good thing to do because even though you got insurance and everything, insurance is not going to get you everything that you lost. There's pictures and trophies and stuff from their kids. You can't replace that. You don't go to the store and say, well, I need a picture of my daughter when she was doing this. That's not going to get replaced. And a lot of this stuff they're going to have to put out with their own pocket. Because, insurance ain't going to pay for everything. But let me go ahead and play this.
I just got through feeding the chickens. Just getting woke up. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. We slept in a little this morning because I am beat from picking muscadines and crawling around. I told Kim, I said, I feel like I did yoga all day yesterday and the day before picking grapes. Because every time one would, I was squatting down on the ground and sort of sliding around. Then my knees bother me, so I sit on a bucket. One grape will fall and it'll roll. And my OCD self will have to find it, and I have to have it. So I'll stretch and try to roll it to me. And it's just all day yesterday, crawling around, stretching, lifting up, picking things, stretching. Whew. It was a long day yesterday and the day before. But I'm going to do it again today. Got one more day, and then I get to go to work and take a break. Sit in the truck all day. I want to show you guys the house. It is going so, like I say every time, it's going so fast. Everything's happening so fast. Yesterday, while we were out in the field picking and selling grapes, they wrapped it, put in the windows and the doors, and it really looks good. They finished the deck and also put some stairs in so it'd make it easier for us to get up and down off this deck. Coming together.
Oh,
Look
wow.
good. We don't have to go up and down that ramp anymore. They put a little temporary stairs here so we can get up and down. And I feel like we can get better light on things now that the sun is shining. Doors are coming in. It is looking so good. So good. The deck has been finished. It looks really good. We're super happy with that. This is Kim's office. Doors coming in and out of her office. This will be our living room, coming in and out of our living room.
I love that porch.
Hot tub will be here.
Yeah, I know.
The deck is coming along. We got the fireplace situation taken care of. They had forgotten that we were having an inside and outside fireplace. For you guys that watched the last video, and we called them and they said, oh, yeah, we're going to fix that.
Nice.
And so they did. We're going to have a fireplace on the inside and one on the outside as well. Sharing the same chimney flue. But there's the windows, the doors. It's coming soon. I think the plumbing's next. I think they're supposed to start with the plumbing next. So then the HVAC, electric, and the sheetrock will be coming. I'm not sure when the siding's coming. Kim's already talked about the side, and they're supposed to get together again with the side. But man, looking good. What do you say, puppies?
Yeah, I love wraparound.
Yes.
Huh? What do you say? Let's go look at the inside. You might be able to see. It's dark in here. It's dark in here. Bedroom, a closet, shower, Kim's soak tub. Gonna be a toilet here. Little bathroom for guests. It'll go out this way. It'll go out this way into the living room and all. And then, like I say, this is Kim's office. Really come together. A living room.
The walls go up.
With a little high ceiling. I like that.
Oh,
really
I like
cute.
that. I like that.
It's really looking good. I love this Butler pantry. This is one of our little favorite places. We're going to have shelves all in here, and plugs and outlets and stuff. It's going to be awesome. Super excited about that. Today's Sunday, so I don't think they're coming today to do anything. I would almost be certain they're not coming to do anything today. But just a super short little video showing you guys the next step in the house. Somebody mentioned some hangers on the last video. I'm not sure if they were saying under the deck, which they have been doing that. They're knocking those out. But up here, everything's on a lip. Somebody said they need some hangers on the deck. I've been keeping an eye on that because little things aggravate me and bother me. But they have been putting the hangers all underneath the deck. And up here in the rafters, they're all on lips. So I'm not sure if they need them or not. Everything sits on a lip.
Oh,
on both sides. They really hammered on this thing. They've really hammered on this house.
Yeah, you don't need straps for them.
Coming together.
Yep.
All right. There's another step in our house build. The windows in. I like little bathroom windows. We got tons of windows to try to bring some light in this house because this joker ain't letting no light in this house, which is okay. This is what we wanted. It is really cool. We're super excited about it. Well, thank you guys for checking out another little house build video. Nothing really exciting happening except they're just slowly getting it going, slowly coming together. I haven't quite woke up this morning yet. I'm really tired and sore, so not a lot of excitement in Mr. Kinfolk Farm. I'm just sore, so I'm going to go back out there, try to get my blood flowing and pick some more grapes.
Well, them dogs are loving that porch, though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Mountain Grandma said it good. Another testament of how God can take bad things and let them turn for good. Yes.
Yeah.
It is awesome. I'm jealous. I like that house.
I had a lot of haters follow, or I should say my haters went over there because I shared them out and whatnot. And they were making fun of him because he wasn't crying or making a big fuss over losing his house and stuff. And
what?
He said, trust me, I've cried enough over this house. I don't feel it's appropriate for me to be bawling, making a video of me crying about it.
My gosh.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Those people are just, they aren't, they're not people. They're just entities. Not even worth a thought.
I apologize. And he said, oh, don't worry about it. I got thick skin. I can handle it. He's a real nice guy. Real nice guy.
That's the thing. The people that do that type of stuff, they don't realize the other person that they're trying to pick on and whatnot. They, come on now. Grow up.
He's in Georgia, Mr. Cheddar Pepper. It don't get too bad down there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you guys can, if you're not subscribed to him, go check his channel out. He does a lot about when he gets back to normal. He raises hogs sometimes, and he makes wine. He's got a vineyard out there with muscadines and stuff, and he used to do lives and stuff on the weekends, and I'm sure he'll get back into that again. But again, here, let me go drop this link again, just in case. There we go. Like I said, real nice family. Puts the big garden out and stuff like that, and it'll take him time to get back to normal.
Wow. See, a cup of coffee saved Mr. Cheddar's cousin.
Oh.
Gosh.
Yeah, of all days, Easter.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's so nice when his neighbors letting him stay in their extra house that they have, the guest house that they have. So they're close to the house and everything.
That's really nice of the neighbors.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyways, I think that's about it for today.
Woohoo! Happy Friday.
Let's see here.
Yes, good neighbors are a blessing from God. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, here we go with the corn.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. They say, "Oh, you got insurance. It's no big deal." And it's you don't realize the stuff people have in your home.
Mhm.
And if you have kids, they've raised all their kids. Their kids are gone. They're gone, and they have their own houses now. But
Mhm.
they have memories and stuff of the kids in there and their family members
Sentimental stuff.
that you can't get back.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. And people can be so cruel.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Just to make themselves feel better about themselves. But anyways, let's go ahead and get our verse for today. See if I can find it.
Woohoo.
Here we go. When his disciples wondered how to feed the huge crowd who had been with them several days and were famished, Jesus replied, "You give them something to eat." They answered, We have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Unless we go and buy food for the crowd, or for this food for all this crowd. Luke 9:13.
Amen.
And boy, that 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish fed thousands.
Yeah, it went a long way.
Mhm.
Yeah. And if you don't know about that, go read it. And I want to wish everybody a happy weekend. And I'm not sure what's going on this weekend, but I don't know if 101's going live or not. He may or may not. He said he was, but who knows?
That's always a subject.
Other than that, we'll have Joyful Noise and Notes at 10:30 Sunday, and Dig Deeper Ministry at 11:05. If you're out and about and want to listen, jump in. Other than that, I will hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll probably see you later tonight for my normal, whatever you want to call it, Friday night one.
You gonna do anything spooky for Friday the 13th?
Ooh, that's an idea.
I don't know.
Oh.
Who knows?
Yes,
But
sir.
anyways,
Stay
everybody
blessed.
have a blessed week or weekend. And
Yep.
if not, we'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Peace
God
out.
bless.